online. Welcome and welcome back. I'm Martin, and in today's live stream, I'm pretty sure we will have a lot of fun. As always, if there is already someone in the chat, then please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, if all those technical stuff works right. And I can't see me here. This means I can't read the chat. Let's just check this to be sure that everything is fine. Because theoretically, we are streaming. Practically, I can't see anything here. That's pretty strange. Yeah, it looks better now. It looks way better now. Be patient with me. Sorry, it's always at the beginning, until this whole machinery does its magic. There are many things connected here. Ja, servus, der Bernie. Oder, grüezi. Okay, danke Bernie. Danke, das passt. Jetzt fängt der Windows-Ding hier natürlich wieder das Meckern an. Windows ist so blöd. So today, it's know your tools, know your libraries, because today we will talk about Gravity 2. I'm pretty sure by now you know it, with Andreas Dormann at the moment and Hanno Friedrich as the director and the main actor and one of the judges. We are running this film scoring competition, Endlich Allein or Alone at Last. And the very first prize is sponsored by Heavyocity. It's Gravity 2, which to me at least is an amazing scoring tool. It's an incredible scoring tool. And you see it here. I will show you later on. I think I do have nearly all of the libraries of Heavyocity, and I'm pretty familiar with them. So you might have seen my stream even for the solo textures, and I had it only for 2 hours. But right out of the box, I was precisely knowing what I'm doing, because it was still in their older engine, in their Novo engine, and all the gravity packs that I have, like the scoring guitars, the acoustic scoring guitars, vocalies and that stuff, which was even in the older Gravity engine. I knew what I was doing. They came up with Gravity 2 with a completely new engine, and this engine is a beast. It really is. It's not just telling this because I like the Heavyocity products. There are really so many possibilities, and to my shame, until now, I wrote even the Oblivion's More, a demo track, which Heavyocity then decided even today, wow, it's a cool track, we will take this even as an official demo for Gravity 2. But I was using mostly, just the factory sounds, the sounds out of the box, because there are hundreds of snapshots, and then maybe there's only one element that you dislike and you change this. But in today's stream, what I would like to do is really to dive deeper into that engine, learning it myself, because I do have something pretty precise in mind what I would like to do for my very own entry into this competition, because I will be battling against Andreas. And obviously I will do it with Gravity 2 and some other Heavyocity libraries, and I have some ideas in mind. I already... Oi! Ralph, good to see you. I already made a video, about the markers and the beat mapping, where I then had a transition precisely ending when she sees that unknown to her guy in the flat for the first time and stuff like this. And today, I really would like to dive deeper into Gravity 2's engine. I started myself already last weekend, but it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, and there aren't many videos out there by Heavyocity themselves explaining how that engine works. So, I'm not an ace in Gravity 2. I'm not a pro. I'm not, it's just me today that I would like to have fun with you guys in the chat to explore that engine and to dive as deep as we can to see what this beast is capable of. And what I will do now, obviously, I will switch the view so you don't see me huge, but you do see My screen, I know it's lagging. It's this NDI software, which unfortunately, at least when I transmit quicker pictures, is lagging a little bit. But I hope at least you can see a little bit than what I'm doing here. And let's talk quickly about Gravity 2. So there are in Gravity 2 two engines. There is the menu or the menu XL, where you do have on every single key a different sound, and then down there you do have the tuning keys where you then can just tune the sound or whatever there is. And then there is this designer, and that designer is what we would like to talk about today. If you open up the designer, then you can see here already, user is everything that you save by yourself. If you have snapshots, then you see there are already 3. There's Martin's Space Journey, there's Martin Pitched, and there's Endlich Allein. There's something that I already came up with, and then there are the factory snapshots. There are the cue creators. And just to show you even this, because I was reading many comments that this library is way too pricey for what it's offering. Yes, it's a pricey library, and yes, I was lucky enough to get an NFR copy from Heavyocity to try it and to check it and to test drive it. And I liked it so much that I came up even with a cool demo song. But I'm pretty sure, Thomas, hi, nice to see you. I'm pretty sure this is one of the libraries that I probably would have put some money on side to buy it sooner or later. Now that I have it, now that I know it, from what you can find out there, it's difficult to really understand how beastie this thing is. But in my opinion, it's definitely worth its price. Just look at this. We are in the factory folder. There are the cue creators, and the cue creators themselves, they are divided into rhythmic moods, ambient moods, tonal accents, and enders. And I suggest, if you agree, but this should be something that we do together this evening. If you agree, I will just play through some of those presets to give you a very first impression of what you already get, and then we take one of them and get into that engine that has 6 pages. You do have the starting page, if you will, where you just see, where the keys are laid out. You have the options here, which then per channel, because as always with Heavyocity, even Gravity 2 is having, 3 layers that you can combine, and for each layer you can set the minimum and the maximum velocity, the pitch bend range in up and in down, if it should glide, if it should be mono or polo, if the sustain pedal should work on this one, the volume, the panning, and the tuning, obviously. And then here you do have a pretty cool mixer. If you do have Ascent, really my go-to piano library, or Avant or whatsoever, then you might know this mixer, which is just the 3 sounds, and here you can mix between those 3 sounds, but you can automate it. So you see this thing now is just going between the sounds, or you can record your very own movement. This makes this mixer so special. Then there is the famous macro sequencer, plus even a macro LFO, and this macro sequencer works on the envelope, the tone, the drive, the motion, and the space for each of the 3 layers or channels. I'm pretty sure I will mix those. It's layers and channels means the same thing, separately. So it's not if you have a motion on channel on one, it's for all of them. It's only for one channel. You really have 3 distinct sound sources that are combined like a multi, if you will. And then there is the page where you decide how you would like to have that sound on that channel, 1, 2, 3, played if as a waveform. And then obviously let's just we are on channel 3. I solo this. See, there it comes. And you can even decide where it should start. That's pretty cool. And you can even sequence it if you prefer. The velocity, and here the starting point within the sample and stuff like this. So you just choose how you would like to have that sound played. Many of the sounds you even have the possibility to sync the start time to your beat and to adapt the playback speed. Then you do have the possibility here for channel 1 channel 2, and channel 3. To choose a sound here, you have the keyboard where you can lay them out over the keyboard, and then you do have the master effects in a chain that you can even do, everything. So let's go through some of those sounds. We start in the factory. Cue creators, rhythmic moods. The very first one, All Is Lost. You already see here the keyboard has two colors because the channel 1 is only up to that C, and then there's channel 2 and 3 above. The macro sequence is working. Let's just listen to this. Then we go in factory cue creators, ambient moods to another one. Into the Unknown. See, there's a lot of stuff going on with this sound, and obviously if you now go through the various pages, then you might even figure out how precisely they managed to get that sound. Then factory, cue creators, ambient moods, a haunting ordeal. Just take our scoring competition. 2 keys down, and you have a bad underneath, creating a pretty dark mood. Then we continue on this factory cue creators, ambient moods, nebulous blur. What's on the third one? We go in the factory cue creators, tonal accents, beacon caller. Yeah, a mix between a hit and a brawl and stuff like this. Just the 3 channels quickly. The wind whisper on channel 1, the feedback burst on channel 2, and on channel 3 the brooding low root. We don't like this. We take this one, channel 3, and then we switch on again the others. That quickly you can even change, you know, just a factory preset. Then there are the tonal accents, another one maybe laser beam discharge. Nice. Cue creators, the enders, after burnout. And another one, enders, force approach. What I already saw here is there are even then reversers and impacts, reverses and subs. Impacts. Try it. Yeah, that was only the category by now the cue creators. Let's go to the rhythmic beds. If we go into the rhythmic beds, there are the straight lows, the straight highs, the straight combos, the triplets, blah, blah, blah. We go for some combos to really make this quick. And now the pitch bend down, and it would be already pretty cool. Then another combo, maybe Los Diablos del Sur. Yeah, on this one maybe. On this one maybe. We already can do something. Channel 3, on channel 3. The pitch, which is on the motion. We switch on the macro sequencer. Maybe with a quicker rate. Then we go again to channel 3. The motion, then we set up a higher amount. Do you see how this one pitch bends now? How did I do this? How did I do this? You know, I have here the 3 channels, the channel 1, channel 2, the channel 3. Channel 3 at the moment is solo. This is the plucker. I switch off the pitch. You see, nothing happens, even if the macro sequencer itself is working. And on the macro sequencer here, I do have the switch on the macro sequencer at the moment is on the rate and the steps, and here is the amount and the smoothness, exactly. So, I have been here, no, where have I been? On the motion page, Just to show you, here you switch on the various pages, and with this fader here, you decide how much that page is modulated by the macro sequencer. So I want really 100% even on the motion page. I click on motion, the motion page opens up, and then I see on channel 1, the pitch wheel and the gate, they are switched off. On channel 2, they are switched off. On channel 3, I switch on the pitch. If I go back to channel 2, you see the pitch is switched off. So it really affects only this one. And if you play them together, you get something pretty unstable, pretty nervy. This is the things that you can do with the macro sequencer. Here you do have the type, by the way. The re-triggering means every time that I press, it starts from the beginning. If I put this to legato, then I trigger, it starts, and then I press another note. It doesn't re-trigger until I start completely from scratch. So you do have really so many possibilities. That is amazing. Here you do have even shapes if you want, that you can ramp down, a ramp up, a triangle. If you don't want to draw it by yourself, you do have the rate here in which the macro sequencer should go through the steps, and then you do have the number of steps, even if you would like to create something that really evolves over a long period of time. Like in this case, for example, I would like to have something that evolves over 4 bars or 6 bars, then you can easily do this. And here, you switch off the macro sequencer, and then those pages, obviously, they get static on a motion page, yeah? Then this one works still, but it's not triggered by the macro sequencer. Then it's only this here. Even here you do have the re-triggering and the steps and the shape. If you would like to have the motion activated here, but it's not triggered, then it's a mount by the macro sequencer. So I told you this engine really is a beast. We have been in the rhythmic beds. Now we go to the tonal textures. Tonal textures, 2 subfolders, delicate and edgy. Let's go for some delicate ones. The abandoned star. Here, for example, what we could do, I guess. Where is the low note? There it is, on channel 2. So yeah, I could have, for example, just to show you, on channel 2, in the motion page, I switch on the gate. You hear it pumping, and here with the mount, I can choose even the amount, which, you know, what is 0 and what is the maximum. Maybe like this. And then, by the way, those small arrows next to each knob, they decide the range that this one is triggered by the macro sequencer. So I can say I would like to have this stable, but going up all the way. So if I trigger it now, you see, now you can hear the gate, and then the gate switches off. So many infinite possibilities. Even here the pitch, if we switch it on, maybe only 32 steps on this one. You hear it, how it starts to shift, and with the gate, how much movement can you get in one of those layers? You put the others together. So I think you already get the idea of what you can do with the engine once you really get a little bit deeper into it. We have been in the tonal textures, the delicate ones. Let's just choose another one, Frozen Volcano. Then in the tonal textures, the edgy ones, Desolate Wasteland. Then we get into the next category, the atonal textures. Move slowly. Look at this. How it pitches, nice. Atonal textures, another one. Space Station 13. Wow. Sorry. There was one layer that sounded like someone was speaking. Wasn't it? I'm not triggering this one. I'm not triggering this one. Which one was it? I need to hear it again. This one. This one. and we're only going through the factory presets. We will dive into, but I love those libraries, and I love doing these. Yeah, it's not really an unboxing. I mean, I already did some things for this library, but uninvited guest for our scoring competition. The good thing is with this library you can quickly create a mood, layer it, but we will dive into all of this. Just be patient a little. We had the atonal textures. Let's go to the modal textures. They are in major and in minor, all the time lost. I think I used this one for my demo track. Yeah, in part. I think at the very beginning. No, in the middle, when the planet exploded and the family of that astronaut died. There I used this one. You can win this beauty. You can win this beauty, and you still have 3 days left. You know, Friday, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. So what are you waiting for? Participate. Then, major, begin again. Where is it? Modal textures. Let's take another minor one. Imperfect beings. What is the weird? The Goldilocks stone. Sparks of hope. We will play 2. Now on the second track, a low pedal. Let's do this. On channel 1, I will choose a rhythmic pedal, straight low. This one. So what do we have on channel 2? Okay, channel 3. Channel 3, the blue one. I will take the blue one and I will bring it down all the way. So if I play the low notes, I have now channel 1 and channel 3, and even this. Look at the interface. I know it's overwhelming for how many buttons and knobs and stuff there is, and there's always a big one and then there's the small one that can show up if you click on it, but at least look at the colors. There is this orange, beige, there's the red and there's the blue, and here are the sliders for those, and you see right away where's channel 1 and where's channel 2 and where's channel 3 on your keyboard. Well done. Let's see a little bit else what is going on here. Not too much, but we can change this obviously on channel 3. Okay, and let's play them together. Richard. I haven't seen Dune 2 yet. I hope I can go there pretty soon. So I wanted to play one more of the modal textures. You know, the Sparks of Hope, I was curious. Or am I completely wrong? No, we have been there. Yeah, it was this one that I wanted to. Galaxy Horizon. What is in channel 2? Ah, you see on channel 2 there's a gate working, and its amount is triggered by the motion, by the macro sequencer. And on channel 1 we do have this. We will give this a little twist. And then we play them together. This is such a beauty. And now take Uncharted 88 and let a rhythm start underneath. Okay, we are nearly through. We are nearly through, and then we go diving on one layer or channel with the complete engine. And then there are the stings, complexions of angst. And here are tuning keys. Just quickly another one. Depth of Mind, Dead Space, From the Void, Gravitational, Guitar Effects, Hybrid, Atonal, Hybrid, oh, Organic, Atonal. Yeah, what should I choose? House of Terrors. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of stings. And then there are the transitions. And there are swells and reversers or risers. So let's quickly go through some of them. The crept in. And they are 2 bars long. So you know this, and then you just create a beat map with markers and can fully take advantage of that time synced feature. But you can obviously here even double up the tempo if you want, or something like this. Then the transitions, swells, and these are the reverses. Then there are the swells, black doors. Here, for example, you can see something. I talked about it at the beginning. For every of the 3 layers, you can choose if you would like to have, let's solo this one, to have it played, you know, completely as the sample is and see the waveform, or you can sequence it. Okay, this one now starts at the very beginning. Double speed. Another one. Okay, you can't sequence them. You can't sequence them. Okay. Not every sample has this feature, but we will see this later. There are many that you can sequence then even the sample and play with the sample start and repeat it like the cycle engine was. Then there are the risers, 2-bar and 4-bar risers, abduction. We are on channel 2, channel 1, channel 3. They all play from there. And this is why they are time synced, obviously. So they've been choosing the starting point precisely to have it there. And then we go to the transitions, the risers, 4-bar risers, power up. Even the volume and the panning is automated on them. No, I can't believe. This one is going to the right and this one is going to the left. I solo this. This one starts in the middle and then gets panned to the left, whilst this one starts in the middle and then gets panned to the right. I hope we can hear it. Then obviously if we play them together, the sound as it plays gets wider. And the very last one are the impacts. Of course, I mean, what do you expect? Stuff like this. There are the gravity impacts and there are the nightmare impacts. Richard, sorry for your ears with those impacts. And then there are the tonal impacts. The red ones are the tuning keys. A little feature that I really would even like to point out with every Heavyocity library that I had under my fingers, if there is a menu like this, even the black keys do have a sound. I have other libraries where you even see, you know, something like this, but the black keys aren't assigned, so only the white keys are playing. Means it's not half of the sounds, but yeah, let's say a 60% maybe. So let's do something with this engine. We get back to the rhythmic moods. We choose one, Men in Flames. Yeah, this is something we can start with, because what I would like to create, I would like to craft now a cinematic soundscape which has underneath a pulsing sound, but that sound should get, as it pulses, you know, the low frequency filter should open up, you get more frequencies in, and it should get distorted. This is what I have in mind for my pulses. And on the upper range, I would like to have something like a pad, maybe, but which should be absolutely unstable in sound. And let's see if we can craft this. So I will start with channel 1. On channel 1 at the moment, obviously I need to check now through the various pages that everything is switched off and doesn't get in my way, and then I will put on everything like the way I like it. The mixer, I said this before, maybe we can quickly have a look at the mixer. Is there a range? on this one, on this key, all the layers are playing. You see, now you hear only channel 1. Now you hear only channel 3. And now you hear only channel 2. So this is how this mixer works, like an Ascent, but you can automate it or randomly, because you have the drift then and the scatter. Or you can automate it for 4 bars, for example. Or you can record your very own movement. But I don't want this. I would just like to, just to show you this page, what it's doing. So, channel 1. We need on channel 1, I will solo it, as I said, a low pulse, and this is where you go. You go from the start page here. If you click just on this symbol, or if you go on that page, it doesn't matter. Or you click on the name in the channel, or you go directly to the sound browser here, and then you choose for channel 1, channel 2, or channel 3 the sound that you would like to have on this channel. I have now soloed the channel 1, and we will go into the rhythmic pedals, the straight lows, and then you know have here the auto function. So if I click on one, I can listen to it, and let's just find one that I like. Tempo synced, multi-sampled, suspenseful, energetic, dark, and steady. Tempo synced, multi-sampled, unnerving. Okay, so there's even written if it's tempo synced or not, and then for sure you can use that function over there with the sequenced playback. As you see, there are many. This one. Okay, channel 1 is done. Grüß aus Plemplemland. Ja, hier ist noch Plemplemmerland. Glaubt mir das. Glaubt mir mal keiner. The macro sequencer. We will switch it off for now. We don't need it for now. Channel 1. There's the envelope, the tone. Let's go. Let's start with the filter. Then I would like to have the cutoff and the resonance a little animated. So I will give the tone page here the possibility to be animated by the macro sequencer, which now we can switch on. Rate, let's say 16th, 32 steps, and re-triggered. Let's make it 8th, then maybe we can hear it better. We go back here to the tone page, and you see I can switch it off. I can say that the tone page shouldn't be affected by the macro sequencer, and then here I do give the amount that page will be affected by the macro sequencer, and then here with those little arrows you say, you set here the starting point, in this case the starting frequency, and then here you set the amount how much it should be affected, and we are only talking about channel 1. So let's listen to this. Yeah, that already goes into the right direction. Low pass filter. Okay, that's good. Then I said I wanted to have it distorted as it goes on. So I can hear colors. Good. We started here, and then we really dive it in, and even the drive page, we allow the drive page to be animated. See now, as it pulses, it even gets distorted. What you can do, by the way, you can bring the maximum amount to 100% and then dial this one down so it works in reverse. It starts at the highest value, and as the macro sequencer goes up, the value goes down. You see, now they work in complete opposite directions. But I'm nearly happy with the result. Saturation, and then we will do a little bit of distortion too. Exactly, this is what I was thinking about my pulse. A little bit something like this. Another thing that we can do, we can go, yeah, exactly. You see here you do have or the waveform, so the sample gets played double speed, which obviously works only if your sequencer is working. The sequencer at the moment is stopped, but believe me, it works. Or you go on the sequencing page and then you get it sequenced with this rate, with these steps, and you see, I hope at least you can see, this is the velocity, how it gets triggered, and this is the starting point within the sample. You see how this one goes back and forth, but I would like to have the waveform played. And then just being affected by the low pass filter and the distortion. Another thing that I would like to do, I would like to go to the motion page because I really like it. I will even give the motion page the possibility to be animated by the macro sequencer, and I will go here to the pitch and then I will just do something like this. To get it unstable sound-wise. There's the rate. But I think fourth is fine, and it's very subtle at the moment because the amount is pretty much down. I just bring the amount up and it gets ridiculous, but you do have the possibility. Another thing that you could do is the gate linked to the... Richard, sorry, I can't read the message. I do have a very strange heart there. So with the next message that comes, you will go up and then I can read... if the gate is linked to, the gate is linked to the tempo of your DAW, if that's the question. So the only thing that I wanted to tell, that even here obviously I can tell how much that amount of sliding is affected by the macro sequencer or not. I can just fix an amount and let it there. You know, with the drawing that I made, or I can even animate this with the macro sequencer, so it gets, you know, softer and then harder. But for now, I must say I'm pretty happy how the bass came out so far. Yeah, that's channel 1. So we have been working on one channel. Did we miss something? Not really. FX, and then yes, the compressor and the EQ. We can let them switched on maybe. Space. The only thing, maybe some delay and some reverb. Delay 16th. Yeah. Next message. Yeah, exactly. To the tempo. It's time synced. Which you can say here on the macro sequencer. If you go to the macro sequencer, you see you do have here the rate, and that rate, the 4th or the 8th or the 16th of this, is related to the tempo of your DAW. The amount here is, you know, how much the macro sequencer really goes. You know, what is minimum, what is maximum. You can smoothen out the steps, and then there's even a macro LFO that you could put on it. But I think we are through with our channel 1. And channel 1, which is the orange one we have only on the lower notes, let's get to channel 2. Solo it. Bring this one up here. There's the swell driver, which is a rhythmic pedal too. I don't want this. I want a texture. Tonal, atonal, modal, a tonal one. Concert, crumble, boiler, overflow, crimson waters, rumble bursts. Yeah, maybe something like this. Space Explorers for now. Nope, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. On channel 2, I would like to have this. I absolutely would like to have this. So channel 2, which is the red one, goes down. I want this together with my pedal. Wow, let's listen to them. On channel 2, I see here even the panning is animated. That is pretty nice, which you can do here. You know, you can say, please, you know, where are you starting? Where are you going to? What else is on channel 2 already switched on that I might not like? The filter. I don't want the filter on channel 2. This is switched off. Motion. Okay. There we go. There we go. Good. Now there's still how did this happen? Sorry, I need to go back to this. There was this hell bend or something like this. Where is it? Where is it? Just where? How can it be? It was after those. Hellbent. There it is. Hellbent. On channel 2. Now there it is. Didn't catch it before. Something was wrong. There it is. Slightly pitched. This one slightly pitched. Yes, and now we have it together. With the pumping. Okay, and now we go to channel 3, and now there I will have my paddish sound. Let's do this. This one is fine. So, channel 3. Channel 3. We solo it, we go to channel 3. What can we choose here? A texture, a tonal one. Needs a portamento effect for fun. Yes, can be done. Can be done, can be done, can be done, can be done. I knew it once. Oh, and on the options page. Here on the options page, there is, for example, this glide possibility. I can quickly switch this on. So, then obviously here I need to solo this one. So you see, you can glide from one note to the other. This is possible. Then obviously this one needs to be mono. Then it's even more fun. Could be done. Or then the portamento, which goes up, up, is at the motion page here in the pitch. If I, for example, here dial up the pitch, then it goes up. And with the mount I could say how much more. So there is this possibility, but let's get back to channel 3, solo it. The stings. Phew, even a sting would be nice instead of this other. Okay, but the textures. Modal. Lost in your touch, nice. Richard, you're welcome. I mean, obviously, I said it at the beginning. I was reading a lot of voices telling this library is way too pricey. If you're not into that kind of stuff, I mean, it's by now, I think, half an hour that I'm playing with those sounds. If you only like stuff out of the box, yes, then there are cheaper possibilities, and there are lots of cheaper possibilities that give you 100 snapshots, and then you have those 100 sounds, and they're fine. But if you like to tweak and noodle and find something which is not recognizable out of the box, then this is the right toy for you. This one might suit. This one might suit. It worked. Okay. Channel 3. What is going on channel 3? Because personally, I didn't find the possibility to how do you say, to start from scratch, to really have an empty beginning. You always have to start from one of the existing items, because in other libraries, I remember there is a preset called, I don't remember the name, just where you really start from scratch, but it doesn't matter. So we do this on channel 3. What is going on? Nothing here. That's the macro sequencer. It's played its waveform. Okay, and then on the tone page, the EQ is switched on. We switch this off. The drive page, nothing. The motions page, nothing. So maybe we bring this one down another octave. So I do have on the very low keys my bass, which has the low pass filter and the drive and this hell bend. Then here in the middle region I still do have the hell bend, but I already have even this padish thing, and then on the upper range I have only this one. Okay, thinking about that movie now, maybe Channel 1 is too much of an action. You know, of an action sound. Maybe we should change this. Maybe something like this would be better. Let's just try it. Channel 1. Because now there is nothing pulsing anymore, because you do have already the hell bend there. This might be nice, maybe. Let's see. Yes, yes, I like this one. I like this one. This gets the right mood, absolutely. It's pulsing, it's creating tension, but it's not too much of, hey, the SWAT team is breaking into the house, because this is not what's happening in this movie. It's just more subtle panic, action, tension. Going absolutely in the right direction. Absolutely. Absolutely. And now maybe even some viola scratching noises, ponticello. Yeah, always bring the messages up one line, then I can read them better. I'm getting thirsty. I like what we have so far. Then obviously there's the punish knob. This is setting precisely the mood that I had in mind. Maybe the pitch bend, obviously, this was for the... I wanted to show you how it works. Maybe the pitch bend is a little too extreme. On which one was this? Extreme bend. This one is too extreme for the movie, but... Now it's fine. What we even could do, we could get a little more motion into it now on channel 2 with the gate sequencer here. Like this? No, not like this. Like this. Yeah, for example, show you, you do have the rate, you do have the amount, you know how much, and you do have the smooth button. Let's leave the amount full. Pop, 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 pop. But you can smoothen it out. You see? I told you endless possibilities. So, maybe like this. And what I would like. And now even that gate sequencer, or that gate on channel 2, is animated and modulated by the macro sequencer. You hear? From stable sound to gated sound, back to stable sound. And this is one layer. Now all 3 layers again together. Yeah, well, what I should do on the macro sequencer, where is it? There's the macro sequencer. Not re-triggering. Oh, you can even have free run. Then it's just completely independent on what you play or what you press. We had this before, you know, that one shot, it's doing its thing once, and then it stops. Let's see if this works. Really? It does. Until you press the next key. But even free run isn't stupid, I think, because then it just goes. And you don't re-trigger it, so you don't get out of that flow. Yeah, I hope I could show you a little bit how amazing that engine is. Again, it might be a little overwhelming at the beginning. You really need to understand a little bit that everything you see here is always for the highlighted channel. We are on channel 2. Channel 1 has a complete different behavior. Channel 3 is not animated at all on the motion page. Same for drive. Distortion and saturation, nothing on channel 3. On channel 2, nothing. On channel 1, yes, and modulated by the macro sequencer. So or you can have fixed values, or you can have it then modulated by the macro sequencer, which you find here, where you do have the amount and the smoothness and the rate and the steps and this stuff. Then the envelope, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. The tone, you know, the filter and the EQ, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. The drive page, and it's always, you know, for every channel on every page, you can switch the effect on or off. You do have then the various knobs for the values, and with the small arrows here, you can say, let it be modulated or not by the macro sequencer. Then there's the space page, with the delay and the reverb. I mean, this one you see the value is complete at 0. It's not affected by the macro sequencer. It's just doing its thing for each channel, how you program it here. But you could obviously even here dial up that fader, and then it goes, or maybe not so much, you know, maybe you just would like to have it a little bit animated. You see, there are really endless possibilities. The starting page, yeah, is this one where you have the 3 sounds, and here you choose what you would like to see. The second page, as I said, was that mixer through the 3 channels like you have it in Avant or Ascent and those libraries. Then there is the macro sequencer itself. Here you do have the keyboard where you lay out the 3 layers on the keyboard. You do have here for every layer or channel the possibility to say, I would like to have to play it as the waveform as is, and you choose the starting point. Let's do this. Channel 3 soloed. Starts here. Starting point here. Or here. Or here. Or you go to the sequencer, you have to rate the steps, the type. And then here you can see, because here is the starting point for each step, where in the sample it plays. Amount to 0. Amount to... and the velocity, obviously, for each step. Just to show you really what you can do with this beauty. There you have the source browser for channel 1, channel 2, channel 3 with the auto preview, transitions. Impacts. Another cool feature in many Heavyocity libraries, if you talk about impacts or Brahms or whatsoever, you always have the full type, or you have only the subs. For example here, full, lights out, full. But lights out is composed by the sub, the mid, and the tail. So if you go to the impacts, for example, then you can create even your very own impacts, playing precisely with this. For example, the sub hit, you have it in the middle of your panning, and then you have the mid going to the left and the tail to the right, just opening up the stereo image and the stereo field of the sound as it plays and stuff like this. And then yeah, the FX page where you do have the filter, and here, you know, the punish, the compressor, the filter, the modulation, the compressor, whatsoever, punish on off. You know, should it affect, or should it just be switched off? And even here you can drag them like in every library. You can, no way, we crashed Logic. I can't believe. This is my MacBook heating up. You can be absolutely sure this is my MacBook heating up, because unfortunately you might see it here. The cover is closed, because otherwise with NDI you would get both screens transmitted there, and then you couldn't see anything. So but like with so many libraries here, you do have the possibility, even with the chain, to set what effect comes when. And this is even why I like Vast so much. Vast is not only, you know, another reverb or another delay. No, there are exactly those possibilities even in Vast. And I think we are through. I really hope that I could show you how beastie Gravity 2 is, and you can win it. You can win it. There are still 3 days of time left. You can participate in our scoring competition in collaboration with the fabulous Andreas Dormann from Germany. And yeah, if you have questions, if you would like to know something else, if you would like, then let me know in the chat. There is still time even. And today is piano day. It's the 88th day of the year. This is why it's called the, yeah, have a beer, the piano day. And there's Ascent. If you don't know Ascent, yes, you should. You should have a look at Ascent. Heavyocity is selling it at the moment for $88 or euros or whatsoever for the piano day. It's an incredible, versatile piano library in full Heavyocity style. I'm a little too busy these days because I have more ideas for videos than I can realize, and there are more cool libraries that I really would like to show you. I even would like to show you an oldie but goldie Novo from Heavyocity. I really, really would like to have, as soon as possible, another live stream going through Novo. As old as it is, I was playing with it recently and I was pretty surprised about some things. I would like to show you this. And yeah, other ideas even for videos and yeah, for scoring, where you can get your movies from, and pads, how you can get pads, where you can get pads, what there is in the market and whatsoever. So I suggest for now, really, if you have the time, if you want, you have Novo. Richard, what's your opinion about Novo? If you would like to share, as we still have some minutes. My honest opinion is, talking about strings from Heavyocity, I love the solo textures. I love the solo textures. To me, their best string library so far. I really enjoy the intimate textures and the rhythmic textures, and I use them quite often. Novo won't probably make it into my go-to string library. There are other options, but I anyhow found very, very interesting things in Novo that might make it, into the tracks as complementing parts. Like I will make this video really, really soon, how I arranged and orchestrated that wonderful track for the violinist. And there, for example, I had 2 tracks with Ascent, because on certain parts there was a full concert piano, the long concert piano needed, and Ascent shines in this. But on other parts, there was a piano sound needed, or let's say there was a sound needed that reminded of a piano, but that even gave the complete sonic texture to what the violin was playing and emphasizing. And there, even Ascent, you just have this mixer with the 3 layers, and then you use, for example, where they went with the twine through the piano strings and let them vibrate, and the ebow and stuff like this. So yes, and that's with Novo even. Stain. I use as a texture to help. Yeah. So, Richard, it looks we are precisely on the same page then with Novo. Forzo, for example, Forzo is a completely different beast. Forzo is, yes, my go-to brass library. It absolutely shines in brass, and it can't only do this. It really can write even delicate horn lines. I like it a lot. And Vento, yes, I do love woodwinds, and whenever I would like to have something which is not a solo oboe or a solo bassoon or a solo, then I use Vento. And I think we are through. As I said, if you still have questions, Logic is back on about Gravity 2. I would happy to explain them if I'm capable of, because yes, I as I said at the beginning, I'm not really an ace in Gravity 2. There are still things that I don't know, or that I need to click maybe 3 or 4 times to remember then where precisely it was what I did. But I hope I could show you today how beautiful it is if you like to tweak your sounds, if you like to play with them. because yes, there are many libraries. I mean, I really have a lot of libraries by now that might have a central knob, and copied a little bit that layout with the punish knob, which introduced it maybe. And then all it does, this huge macro knob is blending in the reverb, for example, or if you're lucky, a gate sequencer, something like this, whilst here the macro sequencer is doing a lot more separately for the 3 channels. I can't stress this one out maybe often enough, for the 3 channels separately. Like for example, the macro sequencer can influence the panning on those 3 sound sources, like it's done here. One goes to the left and one goes to the right, and stuff like this. BBC Orchestra, brilliant. Oh really? Richard, this is surprising. So Novo, we were talking about Novo here, complements the BBC Orchestra. Wow. I would love to hear something where those 2 play together. I wouldn't have thought so, even because of the very different rooms those libraries have been recorded in, and the very different tone of the Heavyocity strings and the Spitfire strings. And yes, I suggest we are through. I will shut down the stream now. I will then finish my beer, which by now is warm. I should drink more and blubber less during those live streams. So yeah, probably the next video that I will come up with is finally the video how I arranged and orchestrated that track and the libraries that I used and combined. Because maybe, yeah, I did something which you won't imagine. The libraries that and the developers that I combined in that track, and that just complement perfectly. And that's it. Yeah, up. And yeah, thank you all for joining, for being here with me, for your time. Yeah, if you want, comment under that stream, then leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, my statistics are telling me that 80% of the viewers are not subscribed to the channel, so only 20% of the viewers are subscribed. So maybe even subscribe and everything that YouTube wants to make the channel grow slightly over time. And have a wonderful evening. Make good music always, and see you very, very soon in the next video or the next live stream. And now that I finally have fiberglass internet connection and it doesn't lag anymore, and my wife is watching Netflix whilst I'm having this stream. My daughter is playing, I think Roblox it's called, with a friend of hers. My son is playing Fortnite on his... So I finally have even a connection which is strong enough to support all of this. I'm pretty sure I will have one live stream a week now. Maybe just something like this, going through libraries, playing with libraries, unpacking libraries, unboxing libraries. And if you would like to see drink more, waffle less. Yeah, yeah, as Brian would say, Brian is the one who waffles a lot and drinks nothing. So yeah, let me know in the comments then, maybe even of this video, if there's a specific library that you would like to have presented or talked about or whatsoever. And in maximum 3 months we will have again even a you play, we listen live stream, because I got so many messages of people, I didn't know about it and I like it and I love it and whatsoever. So we will do this even again. And yeah, that's it for today. Really, stop waffling, stop. I stop it here and then I stop it there, and then see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.